Hello everyone, for today's video I have a full demon themed moveset. Now this was suggested by ADC Gilham, so thank you ever so much for this moveset theme suggestion. If you guys have any moveset theme suggestions for yourself, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and the best ones will be used for future videos and the ones with the most thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, I would highly encourage you to subscribe, as I upload pretty much every single day at the same time. So we've got Phantom Fist, Android Kick, Whirlwind Blade and Gallic Beam Cannon as our supers, Serious Bomb and Minus Energy Powerball as our ultimates. No transformation because it didn't mention one, so that's going to be very interesting. And for our evasive we've got Energy Barrier, which, oh dear god, with this moveset. So looking at this moveset, it's pretty much a key based moveset. So if I were to run a transformation for my Saiyan at least, Future Super Saiyan or Super Vegeta would work very nicely. But I mean, let's be fair, Serious Bomb just makes this moveset awful because, yes, I guess it's a cool looking attack. You do the uppercut, then the pretty much a death ball, but it just does not hit, and we will go into that a bit later on in this video. But with that being said, I hate that attack so much. With that being said, let's go to the first fight for this video. And as you just saw, I'm also using Deborah's outfit with Zarbon's circlet, or whatever it's called, like it's the headpiece. I just think that looks a bit more evil and, well, I was going to say demonic, but no it doesn't, what am I talking about? But yeah, in the first fight, my opponent picked Super Saiyan Blue Goku, the Super Saiyan Blue Kaioken variation. So I did really want him to use that in this fight because it's just so much fun to use, well, to fight against I should say. Based off how many of these moveset videos I've done so far, I would probably say that this moveset is my least favourite because you've got Energy Barrier, which it doesn't really protect you. Like if someone were to hit you with, for example, a final Kamehameha, if they could and you just couldn't get out of it but you had enough stamina to use an evasive, it's not going to protect you. It will protect you for like half a second, then you're screwed. Whereas using something like Instant Rise or maybe even Armored Boost, that, you know, they would definitely protect you. And you've got Android Kick, which is just awful in my opinion, plus the worst ultimate in the game, which is Serious Bomb. I also did fight this guy who used this Freezer Race character, and he didn't have an evasive, which I just thought was very weird, but when I load the footage into Sony Vegas, it just crashes and he doesn't let me play it, so I've had to scrap that unfortunately. But against this guy, he's just very predictable. He's going to vanish after every few hits. Like right here, I hit him 4 or 5 times and then he vanishes. Now granted, he didn't vanish there when I went for the Android Kick, so I wasted 1 bar of ki using an attack I'm not very fond of. But from here, the fight is pretty much over. I do want to finish it off pretty fast because, I mean, he's very predictable and I want to move on to the next fight. So I do want to finish him off with the Whirlwind Blade because despite the fact that this moveset is pretty crap, that is a pretty nice looking attack, so I do want to use that to finish him off. But right there, he gets his stamina recovered, and you know, like, it was my fault because I just didn't finish him off in time. If I just use, maybe even if I'd used the Minus Energy Powerball when I broke his guard with the Tranquil Stamina Break, that probably would have hit him and finished him off because it would have been complete overkill. He goes for the Super Kamehameha there, and I use the Gallic Beam Cannon, and I time it so that it'll hit him when he finishes using the Super Kamehameha. And that would be enough to finish that guy off. Decent first fight, but let's move on to the next battle in this video. So in the second fight, my opponent picks his Saiyan male avatar, which looks a lot like mine, which I thought was a bit funny. He's running Emperor's Death Beam and Kaioken times 20 Kamehameha, which I don't care about because he very rarely connects. And given it's got like what, he can have a maximum of like what, 6.5 bars I think it is, I'm not too sure. Like 6 bars of ki. I'm not really concerned about either of his ultimates because even if he does hit me with Emperor's Death Beam, it's going to automatically drain 3 bars of his stamina, and then like it drains it extremely fast, so I don't really care. But I do think this is a new player, and there is a reason why I'm showing this fight, and you'll see towards the end. I mean, come on, he's running Kaioken and he's got no attacks that would benefit from even using the times 20 variation, so I have no idea why he's running it, apart from the fact that maybe he's a new player. But with that being said, like, I can't remember where you unlock Emperor's Death Beam from. I don't think, oh no, it's from the TP Metal Shop, of course it is. So yeah, like, the attacks he's running, you don't necessarily unlock them from the very beginning. So I'm just going to say that he's not that experienced online. So I do go through Triangle Standard Break, which knocks him out of Kaioken, and I go through Minus Energy Powerball, which kind of glitches out like in terms of the animation, and he vanishes. But I go for the Gallic Beam Cannon, no idea why, there's no way it was going to hit him, and I go for the Phantom Fist, which I just don't know why I use that either, because it takes 1 bar of ki to use, so I just wasted all of my ki that I had remaining, I don't know. I think he's now in Kaioken times 20, so I've got a perfect block up there which drains, well, I've got 2 perfect blocks off, which drains 2 bars of his stamina, and he's just about to knock himself out of it. Like, I just don't know why he's using Kaioken, apart from the fact that he's a new player. Like, there's honestly no reason why he would use it. Well, I mean, Potential Unleashed is a decent transformation, it's pretty good. But yeah, I did beat him there with the Serious Bomb Uppercut, which is probably the only use you would ever find for it. And even though this is a player match, he disconnects, because of course he does. So he disconnects, and that's just funny, whatever. Let's move on to the third fight. So the next fight, it is a bit laggy, and because of that, I do think it makes for some very interesting and kind of funny results, so that's what I want to show it. Now, he's charging up because I picked a map that, you know, we start off the sides of the stage, so he can afford to do it. I did try and go for the stamina break, but it just didn't work properly. Like, I don't know if I missed a button or something. But I found that it is quite hard to do the stamina break, not because it's actually physically hard to do, but it's just that it's very awkward and it doesn't work 100% of the time. I don't know, it might just be me. But I believe he's running Final Kamehameha and the Super Spirit Bomb as his 2 ultimates. Now, I've said in the past that the Final Kamehameha is pretty slow, and it is compared to other attacks that are much more reliable. I mean, right here I go for the Minus Energy Power Ball, and that takes so long to do. But I mean, when I say Final Kamehameha is slow, what I mean is that it's not that reliable, in the sense that if you're fighting someone who knows what they're doing, they're going to be able to anticipate it and either move out the way or break your guard when you use it. Whereas for other attacks such as Super Kamehameha, the 4 power energy volley ultimate, and maybe to some sort of lesser extent just this combination, if you're going to use Final Kamehameha over Laura's ultimates, then you need to be careful and make sure when you use it, it will hit, because although Final Kamehameha may take just a few microseconds longer to use than Final Flash as an example, against someone who knows what they're doing, all they need is just those extra few microseconds to maybe prepare to block it, to break your guard by using the Heavy Smash or the Homing Dash. But here he does send me flying down, and he completely obliterates me with the Final Kamehameha. And if I had pretty much any other evasive apart from the energy barrier, I would have been able to protect myself, and I could have maybe mounted a comeback. So because of that, let's go into the final fight for this video, and it's going to be a rematch against by Kratos. So I picked the Time Chamber map because it is one of my favourite stages in the game. You know, it's a good place to fight. There's not really anything to, you know, block the fight, apart from, of course, Time Chamber itself, but, you know, it's whatever. I believe he's running the same preset, so I just need to be careful with Final Kamehameha, because given this moveset that I'm running, and especially my evasive, if he goes for Final Kamehameha and he hits me, I am completely screwed. So I'd have to use my evasive 3 times just to try and protect myself. I would still take some damage, I think, but that would be 9 bars of stamina wasted. But right there, I did break his guard, and I went for the Whirlwind Blade, and he did hit him, but it took like a second or 2 for it to actually register, which I thought was very funny. I go for the Gallic Beam Cannon, but it completely misses. He goes for Super Saiyan 3 there, and I thought I did perfect block it, but of course I mustn't have because he broke my guard. Oh well. But right here, he goes for the Final Kamehameha, and it fires while I'm still in the air, so I'm just going to completely avoid that. I go for the Gallic Beam Cannon as he goes for the Warp Big Bang Kamehameha, so I do get completely wrecked by that, and it's just so devastating. Now granted, it is very easy to avoid. All you need to do is just sidestep when they are charging it, and you'll just be safe. And I do believe I do that later on. He goes for it again, and I just do it to protect myself. And even if I didn't have any stamina to use the sidestep, I could use Phantom Fist. And something I've noticed in this, well, in Xenoverse 2, is that Phantom Fist has just been completely nerfed from Xenoverse 1, because now it takes 1 bar of stamina, sorry, 1 bar of ki, jeez. Which, yes, that's okay, but it's also very slow in starting up and cooling down, you know, finishing off. So even if you do put it off, your opponent can just hit you, and, you know, you'd have to vanish then to probably protect yourself. So it went from being one of the best attacks in the game in Dragon Ball Xenoverse 1 to being one of the, not the worst, but one of the attacks in Xenoverse 2 that you just don't see anymore, because it's got a lot of flaws and it's only useful in certain situations. So I just found that a bit funny how that attack worked out. If Xenoverse 3 is to happen, which, I mean, let's be fair, it probably will, I can see Phantom Fist becoming one of the attacks that you just forget about, which is a bit unfortunate. But yeah, it'd be fun to see what actually happens with that if Xenoverse 3 does happen. But there, I break his guard and I go for the Serious Bomb. I have no idea why, because it's going to hit him once and it's going to make him drop out of it, which is fantastic. but he does have his stamina. Well, now his stamina has recovered. We go into a clash, and after this clash I try and go for the throw, thinking he's going to rush into me. He doesn't. He went for the final Kamehameha there again, and all I had to do at that point was sidestep to completely protect myself and get out the way of the beam. Hit him with the fully charged triangle heavy smash, and from that point that was enough to finish that guy off. So thank you guys for watching the video. I really do hope you enjoyed it, and with that being said, I will see you next time.